Hello everyone. I don't know why, but I seem to be this magnet for weirdness. Not quite as bad as Scrubby, but here's what happened. I went to walk my dog Jack a couple of years ago, and when I walked out the gate, I used to see a lot of people that I know regularly and round about, because when I went for walks, I would use the same paths as I live in the same neighbourhood. So you see the same people. That's not surprising. But there was one guy who knew me apart from my walks, and he had a habit whenever he saw me to almost ambush me and talk to me, and because of my communication disorder, I don't know how to politely let someone down, nor do I know when to shut up. I just don't. So I don't know when to stop talking to people. This guy must have been about 50-ish, and he saw me one time when I went on my walks, and he saw me come out of my house. He was riding his bike, and he said to me, "Hi." I've never actually said my name to him, I don't think. He said, "Hi, what are you doing?" And I said, "I want to walk my dog. Do you want me to come with you?" "Pardon? No, I'm an introvert. Leave me alone." I said, "Oh no, thanks. I'm alright. Jack's pretty funny about people coming with us." "Oh no, it's fine." He wouldn't take a hint. Long story short, as much as I said no, very vital word, especially if you are female, the answer was no. This man did not take a hint, and he parked his bike and said, "Oh, I don't mind coming with you." I did everything I could to lose him, but because of my eyesight and the dogs, I don't cross roads. I couldn't exactly run and outdo him, so he just came on the walk with me. Any time I tried to speed up, which isn't much because you know my legs don't work properly, he sped up too to keep pace. Oh my days. And it ended up with us back at my house, and then he said, "Oh well, I guess I'll see you round then." Please, never ever come past me again. And as I said, he knows me in real life, but now he knows where I live, which was terrifying, because here's the thing. In general, I hadn't really paid that much attention to him when I'd seen him before. I think he was inoffensive, blah, blah, blah. But when someone, male or female, says, "No, please, I like to walk alone," then you leave them be. Even if the answer is, "No, I would prefer to walk by myself," or "No, I'm sorry, I can't have anyone with me." Right? But I'm not that kind of person. I have an aunt who I was telling this to. She said if it had been her, she would have given him a very curt reply, and she's the kind of person who, you know, that if she says, "No, thank you, leave me be," you will not follow her. She's not a violent woman, but you will not follow her. So anyway, I was telling her about this incident, and she said that you have to be forceful. But I have a quiet voice as it is. As you know, I use Audacity to make my voice loud so that you can hear me. It's very difficult. Even the dog had the urge to bite this man, and then chose not to because he knew he wasn't allowed to. He looked like he was going to wee on him, and then decided not to. Now, in the end, funnily enough, another person who knew him in real life spoke to him. He was another friend of mine. My nan told him the situation, who then basically spoke to this guy, and I never saw him again after that. Not even at the place where we normally saw each other. But the fact remains, please be careful. If you're a woman and this happens to you, please be careful. And if you're a man and this happens to you, also be careful, as it's more likely to happen to mild-mannered people who don't want to speak up. To the introverts who are watching this, please be careful. I don't want anyone to get hurt. He was inoffensive and just couldn't take a hint. But what if he had something on him? What if it wasn't just that he didn't want to take a hint and that he actually wanted something else, which he didn't. He just wanted to go for a walk with me. But he couldn't take the word no. I don't think he had any intentions. I think he just wanted to come with. But whether he just wanted to come with or not, the answer was no. So it's so simple, really. The answer is no. I said, "Leave me alone." That was about as forceful as I got. I said, leave me alone, please. I can't. No, I'm fine. Thank you. That's it. And he still didn't get it, to the point that he parked his bike. That was when I got nervous. And as I said, I tried to lose him. But of course, I run as fast as a waddling penguin, you know? Even snails will overtake me when I walk because of my pain. So here's the thought. Please be careful, whether you're male or female. Please be careful. And please, if you're the kind of person who is on the other end of this, so you don't end up in a story like this, if someone says no, they're not playing hard to get. They said no. Some people like to play games and say things like, oh, are you not going to try harder? No, you said you're not interested, so I'm not going to. That's different. This guy was not interested in me. I don't know what his game was, but the fact that he just wouldn't take no is what scared me. Then I came home. Everyone knew him as the creep because we'd heard of him before. Everyone saw him as a creep. They really, really did. And everyone saw him as a creep. And I was grateful to my friend for speaking to him. And I realised that he didn't mean any harm. Because going back to my friend who said, listen, he said he just wanted to go for a walk with you, but I told him very firmly, you can't do that. If she says no, then that means no. And that's the one thing I'll always be grateful for. Sometimes you just need a man to tell another man what needs to be said. I don't know, but for me this was terrifying because I said no and he still continued to come. The last time I had to deal with something I said no to that was ignored was when the dog bit me. I said no, put that down, and he proceeded to eat it and defy me. But that's an animal. Seeing that from a human being that I couldn't escape because I could not cross roads was terrifying. I had a good mind to go back into my house, but if I did that, he wouldn't have taken the hint and he probably would have walked up the path with me. Also, Jack needed the loo. What do? Leave him to go toilet in the house? That's not viable, so I don't know. Please tell me what you would have done, because I have no idea what I should have done and how it should have been done and things like that. In my humble opinion, I don't think the guy meant any harm. I think he was one of those guys that was very awkward because I knew him in real life and he didn't seem dangerous in any way. People seemed to stay away from him, but he never seemed to make an effort, so it could have just been that he was very awkward and unable to take a hint without actually meaning any danger. But you let me know what you think. Personally, I think he may have been on the spectrum and just never got diagnosed and was shy and didn't really know how to understand when someone is not being subtle but is actually trying to be honest to a degree. I'm also glad it was me that he did this to, because if it was someone else and he was behaving like this, they probably would have chucked something over him or sprayed him with something. While I was completely freaked out, I don't think he meant anything by it, but you let me know what you think in the comments and what you would have done. I didn't know him very well. I only saw him in one place and I only ever spoke to him there until I left to go home. But let me know what you would have done if you were me and what you would have done if you were him, and if there's any advice you would give for shy, awkward people so that this doesn't happen to them as well. If you're still here, then you're handsome and you're beautiful and you... Well, I'm speechless. I'll let you know next time I see you. Over to the pets. Hello all, this is Sylvie. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more.
Hey everyone, my name's Bonjo. If you enjoyed yourself, then give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends.
Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and if you had fun, then comment down below and let my mum know who's the worst creep you've encountered.